Hello, hello, and thank you for tuning in to my channel. So anyway, I'm on my way to meet my realtor, and we're going to called the AZURE residences, and I thought I'd take an opportunity, since I'm going there, I thought I'd take the opportunity to actually talk about property here in the Philippines. And that, as someone that has been involved in overseas property before, I've had a little bit of background in buying overseas property and in Asia. And I've got to say, if you compare the, right, you know, forget about, you know, cost can be relative or whatever. There's, you know, you get what you pay for and all that stuff. Because I can tell you now, what matters as an investor or a home buyer, yeah, is that what are you buying? As a home, you're buying a home, which it doesn't matter where you're buying it, as long as you're going to be happy where you are and where you're staying, right? And that you're comfortable. But what about as an investor? Well, I'll tell you now, as an investor in property, what you want to be looking at is those yield returns. And what I always look for is your standard, so I just got to cross here and negotiate around the roads, is your standard 6%. And that is it. And actually, in reality, that's all that matters, is your 6% return. Doesn't matter if you think this is a good place or it's good for you, or, you know, oh, this is a lovely, you know, this could be great in the future or whatever. It's what you can get in terms of rental and what you can resell it for. Is there potential for it to go up in value, appreciate next time? But if you're doing it for the medium to long term, yeah, then what matters is the rental return. So let me get straight to it. Let's do comparisons, and I'll talk about England. I'll talk about England. Since the last economic crash in 2008 and 2009, all right, even when there was a property crash. Now I know that in the States you would have really lucked out if you'd have bought some property during the property crash, during the economic crisis in the States, yeah. But in UK, the property prices, and I'm talking about outside of London here, yeah, and sort of like the outskirts of London. I'm not talking about central London here, because I'll keep on saying about central London and the outskirts of London, is there is a, you know, it's worlds apart basically. And so the property prices back then, despite there being a credit crunch in the UK at that time, central London, it didn't even move property prices in central London. But all around and outside of central London, so the outskirts and basically going out of the city, out of town and further out, there was a drop in prices. But what I saw at that time, they were 20% across the board, if you were lucky. Now 20% drop is good in any way, you know, in anyone's book. 20% discount in anything is fantastic. When you talk about investments, yeah, great. But it was a maximum of 20%, yeah, and I believe it was a lot more than that in the US in terms of discounts. You know, let's say for instance a property, you know, a 2-bedroom apartment, let's say £200,000, yeah, then yeah, I mean, you know, good discount, you know, down to 160,000, but it wasn't like you know, 40-50% drop. So it wasn't any type of game changer in that way. It was good if you're a current investor and you're looking to get some property anyway, yeah. Let's cross this busy junction. I am late for my meeting with the realtor, and I'm trying to get a tricycle, and during these busy times, it's coming up to lunchtime. It's quite challenging to get some transport, but we will get there. We'll be fine, even if I have to walk most of the way. I'm not that far away from where I need to get to anyway. Alright. So I'll get to my point here. Is that even back during the credit crunch and the housing market crisis, which mainly hit the US, but obviously had a knock-on effect in the UK. Even then, you know, 160,000 for, you know, I kind of exaggerate when I say 2-bedroom. You know, you'd probably get a 1-bedroom for that at that time. You know, back then, it was 15 years ago in 2008, well, almost 15 years ago, and that was already unattainable for most folks, yeah. But now, I can tell you now, it's doubled, yeah. So your 160,000 one-bedder is now easily in your high 200s, going into £300,000. Sorry about that, just on the phone just now. So, despite that 20% drop in property prices, they were just totally unattainable back then, okay? So, let's talk about now. Let's talk about property prices now in the UK. Just for the normal average working folk, you are not going to be able to afford, you're not going to even be able to afford the deposit on a small studio flat. Can you imagine that? You know, having a reasonably good job, earning a regular salary, and not even be able to buy yourself a regular, like a small studio flat, you know, just to call it your own. Right, so in America, in the US, out of control. Now, right this moment, we are at the end of 2022, coming up to 2023. Due to the poor economic conditions in the US right now, as it stands, the property prices over there appear to be cooling off. Yeah, they seem to be calming down quite a bit. I'm not sure as to extent of it, but from what I see and hear, it's cooling down quite a bit, and that is obviously due to the economic conditions, and which are, I'd say, obviously a big part of that is stemming from the inflation going out of control, and as a result of that, the Federal Reserve have had to hike up bank interest rates to help calm down those the inflation going out of control. Now, inflation will always keep on going up. It's not about inflation, it's about inflation going up at a normal pace. And unfortunately, in the US, the inflation is going up at a very, very unnatural and heavy pace. Heavier, much heavier. Well, I mean, you know, the highest for a few decades, I believe, since the 70s, from what I've heard. Now that's just crazy, yeah. But that's the way it is in the US at the moment. Now the traffic here, you know, when you talk about rush hour and lunchtime, the thing is, I thought I was going to beat the lunchtime rush, because what's that? When you think about lunchtime, you think about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, don't you? And we're still in the morning time here, so it's just, this is all about growth, isn't it? And everywhere you go, everywhere, in every country, you know, rush hour used to be, you know, the reason why it was called rush hour was because it was within a 1 hour window, right? And then rush hour became rush 2 hours, and then rush 3 hours. Just that, you know, we don't call it that, we still call it rush hour, but the window for rush hours have gotten, the window has gotten bigger and bigger as time's gone by. But that's where the world's evolving for you. You know, more people going to work, you know, more vehicles on the road. That's just the way it is. So, with that being said, let's get to my main topic now. Is that here in the Philippines, I would say there is a great opportunity for property, and there has been for some time, and then it was disrupted by the pandemic, and now it's coming back in full force. The development for property, namely condos, has really, it's become really hot now. Okay, so let me go through the kind of numbers that, you know, I'm going to show you, because I've got a meeting over there, as I say, with my realtor, so I'm not sure how much time I've got to do filming there, and I certainly won't have the chance to do any tours, unfortunately, with any specific units over there. But I'll do my best to at least take some pictures and actually show you what I'm talking about. This is a high-end condo estate. It's called AZURE Residences, yeah, and basically, even though to run across, I mean, despite the traffic being so dense here and so busy, all these nice folks here giving way to you. It's quite unusual in Asia. It's here in the Philippines, yeah, they're really nice, giving way and everything like that. I'm quite impressed with that, actually. So, although you can buy a unit in AZURE residence as a normal condo unit, and which it is a normal condo unit, and you can buy it to live in as such. What's unique about AZURE residences, because of the way the condo estate is set up, to see about man-made pool. It's man-made sort of like mini beach. So you've seen the condos where they got the amenities with the swimming pool and everything like that. This is like a mini beach that they've made, and with a machine that makes waves, yeah. So in theory you could kind of like maybe try some surfing out in their pool area, which is like a man-made beach, a mini man-made beach. So it's being pushed out, if you like, as a holiday resort, because people are going in there, and you know, you don't have to go to the seaside, to the beach or whatever. You just go and use the amenities inside, and oh, I think I'm able to catch. Oh, that was a little bit of a touch there, should I say. Right, so basically it's being treated as a holiday resort, and it's being managed by the developer as, if you want as an investor, as an Airbnb, yeah, which if you're earning daily rates, you're going to get a lot more than renting it out for, say, weekly or monthly, right? You know, your daily rates are going to be a lot more as the investor, right? You're going to be earning more, yeah, rental returns. So you can see on the site, it's on all the major holiday hotel sites, Agoda, what was it, booking.com and all of that, right? And so what I'm saying is the investment opportunity there, I think, is really good. It's virtually fully sold out. I mean, it's been around for, I think, a couple of years now anyway, but you know, there's hardly any vacancies there. It's basically all sold out. So if you were to look for a unit there, you're looking at getting, you know, buying from a seller, you know, rather than from the developer directly. Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity investing over here in the Philippines, and especially in the Manila area. Obviously, yeah, this place is up and coming. It is, I tell you now, up and coming. And you compare it to the other Asian countries, with the exception of Malaysia, you are more or less priced out. You know, when I say priced out, I mean as an investor, obviously you want good returns for your investment, right? And if you're paying so much for properties, let's say for instance in KL, I can tell you now, in KL, you're not going to get your desired returns. And my desired returns are your standard 6% return on monthly rental yields, you know, on any property that I buy. And so you're looking at starting prices from 2 million pesos upwards for a 1-bedroom unit. I believe around at least the high 20s to mid 30 square meter you know, space range, okay? And so for that you will get your 6%. There's no point me saying how much your rental returns. It's 6%. You're going to get your 6% returns, which is solid. That's a solid return. That's a return that I'm always looking for. And so I'm going over there to AZURE to as I say, to meet my realtor. Me personally, I've currently got a project going on right now in Quezon City. It's a small studio unit, condo in Quezon City, and I'm more than happy to talk about it. At this moment, I just wanted to take this opportunity, as I'm going up to AZURE Residences now, to talk about how, I would say, how much of a good investment opportunity is for property whilst the prices are like this. I mean, they're going to be like this for the next couple of years, next few years even, but it's one of those where it's like still in development now, but starting to get hot in Manila right now. Everywhere else, as I say, with the exception of Malaysia, is it's just getting silly now, spiraling out of control now, property prices. And you know, when you talk about in comparison to the UK and the US, it really is no comparison. Because first of all, even if you are looking for your 6, 7, 8% yield returns on your property, how much are you going to be spending for just a studio apartment in the outskirts of London? Yeah, how much are you going to have to put up for that? How much capital are you going to have to put up for that in the first place? So I mean, you know, for the capital that you're putting up, say for instance AZURE, 2 million pesos, which works out to be around £32,000 sterling, £32,000. Yeah, I can tell you now, however far away from the city in UK and however far up north or far down south you want to be looking at, I can't see an event. I mean, obviously bar auction properties, but auction properties you're not going to get starting prices maybe, but you know as well as I do, when the bids start, you know, for something like 30 odd thousand, it's going to double up easily there on the bids. And with that, what you're going to get, you're going to get something that needs a complete overhaul. Yeah, complete, you know, total renovations there, structurally as well as, you know, just normal renovations. So yeah, so £32,000 starting with, say, a 1-bedroom condo unit, and that works out to be about $36,000 US. Yeah, now come on, you know, I don't know the specifics on the property prices in anywhere in the US, but you tell me anywhere where it's don't forget, talking about a decent location. So apples to apples, oranges to oranges. Yes, in a thriving city like Parañaque in Manila. Yeah, this is where AZURE is. I mean, I'm now in a tricycle because of traffic. It's probably going to take another 15 to 20 minutes to get there, but that is Parañaque, where I'm staying. Yeah, and so it's a great location. Incidentally, you are right, actually a stone's throw away from, you're going to be able to see the distance between the freeway, what most people will know as the highway. Over here they call it expressway, and specifically skyway over here, and that takes you to BGC, Quezon City, Makati, etc. And so location wise, it's as good as it gets. All right, so apples to apples, oranges to oranges. Yeah, a good location in the US, or a prime location in the outskirts of London. You're not going to get it. You're just not going to get it for that price at all. So at the moment, while you can, I'd say, you know, the Philippines is a great place to consider for property investing. I'll tell you that now. So what we're going to do is I'll really try my best to take some shots in the AZURE, but I will take some. I'll certainly take some nice panning shots out there and some pictures, and so you'll be able to see, you know, what I'm talking about. Catch you over there. So I don't know how you get around there, but just over there, you should be able to see it's a basketball court. And don't know much about basketball, but it looks like a full court to me. Yeah, it's a full court as opposed to a half court. So a lot of the people here are not actually well, obviously you got residents as well, but a lot of these folks here are actually holiday makers. So yeah, this is, could say you could rent it if you were to invest in a unit here. It's like owning a piece of hotel, really, owning your own room here. Yeah, for the most part, visitors, holiday makers here, and it is very resort-like here. Lovely waterfall there. So what I can see personally, from my own point of view here, is that as well as property price appreciation, what you got is some good passive income here, I would say. So when it gets going, they'll switch on the waves here, and so there it is, and the reception's quite posh. Is he there? Oh yeah. Okay, let's have a look at the 1-bedroom unit. So what I got is, so you got the kitchen, and the same sort of setup, the fan hood, fan extractor. And so what I got with the 1-bedroom, what they've done here is they've put a divider, like a patio door divider to obviously separate the bedroom from the lounge. But I mean, I'd say a good respectable size. And the balcony here. Overlooking the freeway there. Very cozy. I like the design here. Okay, so let's check this out. Okay, yes, very posh, very nice.
Stay forever. Everywhere you always say stay forever here.
Let's begin with the all-important shower room, bathroom. Okay. And obviously this is a showroom, so it's nicely renovated. It feels like centralized aircon here.
What?
It feels like it's the centralized aircon.
Yes, sir.
Alright, okay.
We have separate window type aircon.
Okay. Oh yeah, the aircon's there, isn't it? Yeah.
If you can do, we can check on that.
Right, okay. Ah, the balcony out there that looks out onto the highway, freeway, expressway, and as we Brits call them, the motorway. Oh, we can go up. Great stuff, yeah, thank you. So here we are, going outside. It's a balcony. This leads on to the other room. So basically both the bedrooms, it's a 2-bedroom unit here, and both bedrooms come out onto obviously the same balcony. So actually I'm going to go from the balcony into the other bedroom, and this is very cozy, very cozy. So you've got the hood fan extractor. Dining area here. And trying to show from a different angle here. Okay, good.
Okay?
Yeah, good. Right, okay, so those were the show homes for the condo units at the AZURE residences. Just to give you a flavour, just to give you an idea of what the condo units and the actual condo estate, the resort over there, is all about. So I'll catch you in the next installment.